Hello, 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 Unifier listeners. Thank you so much for the way una tuning. We tell God thank you, say we able for come back to una na this forum for come like we can sit down and chit chat and discuss matters of importance. Now we country, now we party, and no say it don't taste small where we come. So I just want to take this time for wish everybody a happy 2025. I pray say 2025 go be a year of prosperity for we all, a year where we go see APC back up usai ibinde. We know say APC na the best party na salon. So 2025 go be the year we'll begin to see APC don't claim go back usai ibinde, claim in position of preeminence over every other political party. And personally, for now all life, I dey wish say everything we wanna put on pan, when a good thing, God go bless and go multiply, go make sure say it come out for better for we all. Una welcome back. It don't taste small. Again, me name Navalda Kaikai. Na me na the host of the Unifier Hour. By God power, like we don't begin so, we go day with una every Saturday, 9 p.m. Salon time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So with the above say, as una day with we right now, una go share the link, the platform where una join, una share that link there. But we also day on all the different social media platform there. We day on X, we day on Instagram, we day on YouTube, we day on Facebook, we day on LinkedIn, we even day on WhatsApp. If una want call for make una voices heard, una can call me on WhatsApp. That number then na +232 75 052 135. Again, I talk that number day back. +232 75 052 135. For them one day we dey North America or something Europe, una can call we back on this number we na 1778 732 2180. Me family then we really gladdy for come back, for come day with una, for let we can rub shoulder, let we can chamot, and let we can see how we can improve we party and the things where they happen now we party. And like usual, of course, not only one green there. We get we panelists there with we. I want for take the time for introduce Mrs. Abby Pierre. I go give am time, make you can tell you now do and bring greetings for the new year.
Babule una do sauna day, una thank you for giving una time, and we glad for come back na the year for giving us some knowledge and discuss the way forward for Salon.
Okay. I also want for introduce Mr. James Allowell. Let himself go come and take a couple of seconds for bring una greetings for the new year.
Pambulem do Mina James Hallowell. We don't come back with the Unifier Hour. The hour we will bring una information and analysis about what Unifier they do and what we represent and stand for. We tell una thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Thank you, Mrs. Pierre. And like usual, we no want for waste on our time. We want to go straight into we dialogue for today. Because it don't take small way we come to una, we just want to come back and make una remember who that na this unifier where we they talk about, where we they say this na the unifier hour. So if una they see me, una they see in face BME na Dr. Richard Conte. So I want for let we panelists them. I go start with Mrs. Pierre. Do ya, Mrs. Pierre? I want make you tell we some of the things then, the character then where you see pan Dr. Richard Conte will make you support him, and how then character then they make it fit for be we flag bearer for this we wonderful APC party. Mrs. Pierre.
Yeah, thank you very much. For sure. Um, Dr. Richard Conte, when you meet him, you will not say na whether you can say son of the land. A man we born a salon, we vast experience. Most of your life, we can say, he spent in a salon and he know the country. And not to only say in a son of the land, the man we don't day into the political arena in a salon for a while. So they get experience. They don't serve in different capacities in the country. And that experience they will be an advantage for we if we get an as president. And one of the things will stand out for me so far with my interaction and also from other people that we know this man when they talk to you about him, nah, that's not a servant leader. And these are the kind of leaders where we need at our nation day. The man where puts the country as a priority, where go puts the people of Sierra Leone, they complain them, they ups and down them as a priority instead of putting himself before. So now this kind of leader, so yeah, we need at this moment with everything where they go on, the kind suffering where we people and they go through, the kind issues the way they come up right now. So we need a leader where go able for sit down, listen to the people then, and we get experience for bring plans how for deal with their issue then day. And I believe truly, yes, I may add say Dr. Richard Conte will be the right person for do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre. Mr. Hallowell, same
Yes.
question to you, sir.
Yeah. Well, I know Dr. Conte for a very long time, and
Uh-oh. It looked like we don't lost Mr. Hallowell for a bit there. Um, Hopefully he go join we back. But we've been just try for reintroduce Una to this man where then they call the Unifier, Dr. Richard Conte. And I pose a question to the panelists then. I ask them, say, so waiting at some of the things then where you see about Dr. Conte, we make you think say na in na the best man for lead the APC as flag bearer. We hear Mrs. Pierre talk about a number of things, but I think from what he say, one of the things that will really resonate with me now that he say Dr. Conte na the kind politician we not a rookie, not to today he begin pan politics. You don't tell where he did it, so he get a deep and a vast understanding. Not to say na now we they can learn within politics they but he also mentioned say na the kind man where they put the people their needs first. I think say inside salon right now now one of the things and the way we not get so much of. So Dr. Conte na the man way he care about the people and waiting the people then want na him himself want for them. Not to himself he dey can put before according to wetin Mrs. Pierce say, not to himself he dey can put before na waiting the people then want. Na man wey able listen, plan and then execute that plan there for bring solution to any problem there where the people then they can up with. I don't know if Mr. Hallowell don't join we yet. If he join we, I they invite you for give you point on this. Go
yes,
ahead, Mr.
yes,
Hallowell.
yes, Mrs. Okay. Yeah, I know Dr. Richard Conte, and I get an opportunity for work with him. So that makes me follow understand say Dr. Conte, I possibly they get very strong communication skills. He eloquent and he know the issues we he talk about. He know what he want do. And I don't read several documents from Dr. Richard Conte. I get the opportunity for read them if whilst he made ECOWAS and whilst he work na CRS. So a very clear in writing, very clear. Able write from a beginning to an end without repeating self, without and then able making self very clear. Na man way it think strategically. And above all, I know Dr. Conte for being empathetic. It's a be pull himself and put himself in a person in position. I mean, get a very good friend we name Lamine, late Lamine, they're alive again. But now Dr. Conte make me and he come together. Lamine in life in the past, not to mean something where somebody go write home about. But when he come to Dr. Conte take him as young picking. It help him for changing situation, it help Lamine for changing life completely. And I remember saying, in fact, there was a time, I think in 2004, me and Lamine Minge for left Sierra Leone for go represent the country in Ghana at one civil society conference where Dr. Conte and him design the project. So I know I'm very well, and the projects, I mean, for mobilize youth in our West Africa for peace building, strategies for peace. And that was an excellent project. Well, the implementation been done when I left Sierra Leone. So I know and I know Sena a very good leader. And it could be an opportunity for the people of Sierra Leone to get a leadership like Dr. Conte. So let me not forget about that at all.
Thank you. You mentioned how they take an interest in youth. And I think say one of the key things where you mentioned now that Dr. Conte a strategic thinker. I want to let you expand on that this small. How being a strategic thinker will benefit the party when Dr. Conte na flag bearer?
Well, in that light, I want put on this way. I want make sure say I be and come down so that people will be able to understand them. I don't want to be too bookish. I want to make them very simple. Dr. Conte don't work in civil society for years. Then again, it don't work in government. And anybody where they understand what I try for talk, we know say government gets in own policies them where they come up. And civil society get for look at areas within government they do and look at how government they provide them and then make sure say, well, in some cases, and get for link up with government for make sure say that service provision or what they want to do becomes effective. So Dr. Conte don't do on the verge of them to the day. Like just like I make mention earlier, it don't serve government, it don't work at civil society level. So meaning you know a whole lot of the issues them we government they do and how government want to deliver service to in people. And at the same time again, Dr. Conte not to only know, but a contribute to the creation of the West African Civil Society Forum, where we begin organize from local level, take on to regional level. So there were a whole lot of issues, the issues of poverty, economic development, security. Dr. Conte knows those issues. They don't read and write about them. They don't produce documents where they really talk about the strategies, the how the strategies and they for go for make sure so we are the rest them. And I see them in that light say we need not one thing where they are leadership na Sierra Leone. There are leaders where not just leadership, then they're not the position, but they don't even know the issues. Then get for spoon feed them and give them everything. With Dr. Conte, it's different. He knows it. He know him, he know issues them around them. He don't meet stakeholders them. He don't meet all the stakeholders at different levels. And in understanding issues and he able work not to only for the party, but even cross beyond the party for make sure see it gets the support we need for addressing issues Dr. Conte knows it all. He knows it very well. And not only from what I tell you now, but even the interviews, the way they give, they're so interesting that you will know say if we get an opportunity as a party, if we get an opportunity for put Dr. Conte at the helm of affairs, it will be completely different. not to like the old school or the previous one they don't get. Because this are somebody who know the issues, himself can articulate them, himself go be a representative at the table. That and not to foresee no more and just can't sign documents, but it will question every bit and it will make sure say himself put new ideas them. We get very sound ideas them for make sure say all of them areas there, whether not security, whether not poverty, whether not women's development, whether not youth development, for make sure say they implement them in a way we go benefit not to only the party but the larger Sierra Leonean electorate.
Thank you very much for that. I'm sure say we people that really listen, we don't hear a number of things, but La just quickly summarized the things that we really stand out to me. Now the fact say Dr. Conte get a wealth of experience. He get experience in planning, in knowledgeable about issues, not to say they get for sit down let them can spoon feed them before they know it they go on. They keep himself informed, and he also get the ability for think critically and not just the sweller everything we then tell them. If they think critically, they ask the question that we need for be asked, so that when they finally implement the plan, it will bring progress to the country. Dr. Content, a master planner. Now the summary down there of what you say. But I want on to Mrs. Pierre. Mrs. Pierre, Yusuf been mentioned something about how Dr. Content a policy where they listen, plan, and then execute the solutions. I want for make you expand on that one this small for we.
So yeah, thank you. As I said before, now a servant leader, he puts the country before, not the country in business, not in our priorities. With everything where they go on a salon now, recently with the Igbo drug scandal, the relationship, diplomacy relationship between Salon and Guinea with drugs involved, it's a shame, because it seems like I don't hear much from even the leadership in the country at this moment, because experience matters. People who are educated, who have experience, should be the one leading this nation. We don't want to forget business with people that we know get understanding. Because when I think about that situation, for example, and when I think about Dr. Richard Conte, a experience where he gets diplomacy for apply under. Now the relationship between Salo and Guinea is gonna be a mess. And for say a whole minister was in house arrest by another country, where the diplomacy under? For me, when I think about it, I'm like, is it even something where it's supposed to happen? Even though, yes, they are still investigating the alleged allegation is being investigated and not provide say now in really not the perpetrator until proven, then they're not for even do waiting and do. Because if Dr. Richard Conte be did it, with all the experience where you don't, I'm sure say if we be able for apply diplomacy, if we're able for make sure we nation in name not go this wrong. Like imagine where you go, even we as foreigners, the way they oversee. You go some side, you can't see name they into drugs. Any side you go, there's all this and Sierra Leone and there. Now then they sell drugs. Nice. Fine for you. A very disheartening, but all of this now because of the lack of experience, where people that sit on a places the way they not get experience and they cause that. I believe say if we bring kind Dr. Conte, even in selection of leaders them, it will be very careful how they select, because a man will get experience. And not only that, a man will know people. If they look at you and they able for dissect your character, because when you talk to people you are around, you able to know who that them be, and for able for decide say this was not go put under for they not go embarrass me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You raised a lot of very important points there. Eh, in that region, the way we do, so that West African region, I think say we get three countries there, we very close. We are Salon, Guinea, and Liberia. And now relationships between Salone and Guinea don't look, they hit the news in a negative way. Say we own ambassador now they involved in a drug scandal. And very true, as you say. Now diplomacy and diplomatic um, um, machinations no more go able for recover that kind disgrace day to we country. But I want give chance to Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Hallowell, since Mrs. Pierre don't bring up this matter, I want for Yeri, um, I want to let you share with we audience a couple of thoughts where they run through your mind around this and how will they impact we country, how will they impact we international image, as well as we party where they in opposition right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. Pierre make one thing. He make mention of one thing. He say Dr. Content as servant leader.
Mm-hmm.
And in true, not true. And in this kind of case, one quality of a servant leader, now somebody will get the ability for heal when matters, when relationships they go frail. The servant leader, they look at the interest, they look at the other man's interest and put them aside and make sure say they care there now for bring the two sides together. And he's been on that. Dr. Conte play a very key role in the peace building process in Sierra Leone. And besides that, when he work na ECOWAS, he mean work on security issues, them peace building and security issues in the region very well. So I see Dr. Conte in that role say if na he get that opportunity, they straight away a go able friend we forget into that issue there and make sure say a work for heal the relationship because they know what thing that they mean for the region or that sub-region there, they know what it mean for her. And then it seems to say as a servant leader, in role now for make sure say he heal the relationship between the two countries there. And not only that, it will get to the bottom of it and Uda get for pay a price for then kind of a diplomatic blunder then they will pay her. Dr. Content will compromise that issue there. I know people who don't work on that when women they go to and some of the things that we can come up and hide the handle them. So very well, it go heal last situation there, and then Uda get for pay a price, go pay a stiff price for her. So Mrs.
Thank
Pierre,
you.
yeah.
Thank you very much for pitching in on that. So we don't hear a number of areas where una don't mention about Dr. Conte and character. That na strategic thinker, na servant leader, na person way they always find a good solution where go walk between two maybe opposing ideas. That is knowledgeable about issues, that not critical thinker and master planner, and that when they execute any solutions to any problems where they try for work on, now the people their interest they put forth. How this kind person go function as flag bearer of the APC party, how somebody will get them kind character then they go improve or go further the interest of the APC party, knowing whose side we day right now. We day in opposition. We they hear a lot of things where they go on. We hear not long ago say even in the case of Lara Taylor Pierce, that some of we MP them vote against the party and all sorts of things. How somebody with Dr. Conte in kind background go help we party for strengthening them and for moving agenda forward. I will start with you, Mr. Hallowell.
Yes, that's a very good question. Again, still, would they go back to the characters the way I know see Dr. Conte gets, we will able to help not to only for heal the party, but also for put them in a very strong position and where it becomes somebody in that nation, they or the president of that nation, they will continue for working now. And a key feature and Dr. Content a community builder. Again, I go back, he work in a civil society. And then this and the women they say in the civil society, women united. We make sure say we work as one. Even though women get various interests, but and then various issues the women they work on. But always Salon civil society being very united. So we need somebody at this time, giving them situations and the way you don't talk about the divisions, the idea of people going alone and doing things unilaterally, not in the interest of the party, not representing the party. We need a community builder, a consensus builder. And I appreciate the fact when they approach me and tell me that I hear the name Unifier. If you they think you will know for say yes, this means a lot, and it says it all. Dr. Content knows say there are problems. So in first approach is now for unify people together, now for unify across tribal lines, across political lines, across regional lines, and for make sure say them bring we come together first. And then based on that day, now we can begin to address all other issues them one at a time. However, if Dr. Conte get an opportunity for lead the party, I bet you the principal activity will do now for make sure say it unify each and every one of we leaders, representatives, both now the women's wing, youth wing, men wing, and all anything and they Dr. Conte will unify we and then make sure say we they in a better position for present an agenda we will help the people of Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Mrs. Pierre, I will pose the same question to you, please.
Yeah. For me, when I think of Dr. Richard, I think about a team leader, and one example is the last time where, in the flag bearer, he conceded. He tell them, say, if I no win, whoever wins, I will support 100%. And he did. He was the first to support the agenda of Dr. Samura. He was there with him. He was part of the tripartite to ensure that things goes well. So for me, when I think about that, I believe, say, if we make Dr. Richard Conte the flag bearer, it will able bring people then together. Because na man na a good communicator. When you are make peace, you for able for communicate to people. You for be transparent. Your word should be your word. You for be a man of your word. And it don't show all of that. Their qualities are there in the past jobs that we don't hold, in the salon, it don't go jail for falsely or wrongly being accused. It's still calm. And still they with the same party. Not a single time where you say, oh, I'm not there with APC again because of all of the things that way he go through. No, he still supports. He still support the agenda of the party. He's still doing that right now, regardless. So these are the kind of person where we need a man will go be a word, a man will go able for go across the aisle, because we don't see that. Now the man that the way be say it doesn't matter which region you go to, people know him because of your work, and in agenda is to unify. You know what I mean? So this, I think I know he's the man. So with all those qualities that embeds in him, I think he will be a great leader for APC. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre. I just want to put another twist on that question there, simply because you mentioned something. You say Dr. Conte, na a person where they support Dr. Samura, we past leader of the party in agenda. Talking about that, we know say inside the party right now, there's a lot of talk around whether people then they for within in the term electoral justice, and other one then they where they talk say then they for agenda 2028. I don't know why make it seem like say there's this dichotomy that the two cannot exist together, but it look like saying that they happen inside we party. That there's a dichotomy. You're either for electoral justice or you're for agenda 2028. I want for just ask Una a little bit about this, especially because you mentioned, say, Dr. Conte, they support Dr. Samura Kamara in agenda. I've been hearing, I listened to something where Dr. Samura Kamara been they explain in your own idea, in your own conception of waiting na electoral justice. And according to her, he say electoral justice na when the population, the voting population get access to vote, where the voter then be protected, where there's accountability, there's transparency, and that electoral justice also involve provision of electoral cycle calendar on time. That's not Samura Kamara own way where he explain waiting na electoral justice. I want to ask Una right now, considering how Dr. Samura do explain waiting in conceive say na electoral justice, how is Dr. Conte ensuring that Samura's idea of electoral justice is being executed? I will start with you, Mr. Hallowell.
Yeah, well, I don't think say there is any doubt about that. It support the Samura Kamara agenda, and that agenda they call for electoral justice. And we see how that reflects through the tripartite committee meetings. Dr. Conte was part of it. And the tripartite committee, they may set them up for address the anomalies of the elections that would only happen in our country. And then for make sure so they give people a fair chance for votes and avoid all other problems and avoid conflicts and let democracy be strengthening in Sierra Leone. So Dr. Conte sits right there from the beginning right to the end. He support her. And he makes sure say when the recommendations then come out, now ready for make sure say people understand those recommendations and not to all the parties and signatories to that committee they adhere to within them may agree to. And I want post where they work on land day. So just as you say, Dr. Conte committed for make sure say people in Sierra Leone get equal access for votes and fairness in representation. We not to only don't begin on today, but even a civil society before they reach on the tripartite committee or the for the last election they get problems. Whenever they say elections and then Sierra Leone, we know the commitments of Dr. Conte and the agencies the way me they head, how then they work for ensure say elections then free and fair, elections they're accessible, there's transparency and integrity in the ballots, and then we make sure say um, 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 election monitoring go on well, and instead don't monitor elections then at the sub region. So it very clear there, saying that one way, this way, Dr. Conte committed for ensure electoral justice at Sierra Leone. And don't be part of the experience and is still committed for ensure say that move go before come 2028.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Mrs. Pierre, they pose the same question to you.
I think Miss Aloe said it all, really, because we see now a man of example. Ever taking steps say because me na part of the 7-man committee or whatever committee that it will exclude himself. When we look back, he was in the voter station, not then count ballots, not then count. And not only that way, the election mismatch happened, he was there to
Mm.
see what Samura wanted to do. He cannot take the decision, not only not the leader,
Yes.
but whatever Dr. Samura said, he followed.
Mm.
He was part of the committee. He gave some recommendations there, or we are not sure who and who gave it, but I'm sure with his vast experience in all of peace building and conflict resolution, I'm sure he gave great contribution into those um, recommendations. And also, he was there to see how those recommendations can be implemented. Anytime he noticed that the current leadership go against that, we will see him on Twitter or somewhere X, and he will speak up. He's a man that speak up. He's fearless. He's not scared to speak up for his people. So we've seen all of that, So I think really anybody will know him, and for una will know sabi him, una will get for know him if una give him chance and for see how Salon will move before. Thank you.
Thank you. Um, I want to stay on this topic just a little bit longer because I know say beaucoup people in a salon, they think say when they say electoral justice, then the abop say ecomog or ecomsil, they can for come on seat Madabio and install Dr. Samura as president. When Dr. Samura himself talk about waiting na electoral justice, notice it he not mention anything about unseating Bill and installing him. But we they see with media blogger then, they then continually they move, they push this idea out there. And they not only they push this idea out there, then they make it seem like say, if anybody with na APC try for begin for plan and move we party forward so that we go be ready for 2028, then a traitor. And a day this divide begin between whether you na what you call yourself electoral justice or agenda 2028. I want for make una give una take. Is it supposed to be one or the other, or can the two be worked on side by side, or should we forget about electoral justice and just focus on Agenda 2028, or should we forget about Agenda 2028 and just focus on electoral justice? Mr. Hallowell.
Yeah, there is a problem there. First of all, low take on this way. There is division because you get certain leaders them we know they tell the electorate the truth. And they tell supporter them the truth. And one thing one like where Mrs. PM the talk where I forget for make mention about how Dr. Conte na person we like for tell you the truth. And a very bold at that. They will tell you the truth peacefully. If you get for move on from there, you move on from there. And I'm not sabian for lie. So the thing is, our people are being deceived at some point. They need to give them the right information. And this, I mean, worried about that because even, yes, when the tripartite meetings and negotiations may they go on, a whole lot of information, the way the people for they receive, they're not able to receive it. So as such, they're still in this dream that the past election, a misunderstanding not done it. And as such, this thing ever happen, then will come, then take over, then get what is it. In fact, today, I was in a conversation and I correct some people about that. Say, no, I don't think so that the international community, the world. There's a security arrangement for West Africa where they bring the security forces and but that's not the issue now. Long debate, all focus now. So the voting the party get for this, voting people and get for land for this into now the fact say, like then self they think critically and learn for see the truth. The truth here is will they move forward to 2028. The recommendations of the tripartite committee, I think the report for them come out. And then for begin they see how then they implement her. And that implementation then get for lead you to the 2028. 2028 get for be the litmus test for see how the recommendations of the tripartite committee come to reality. So the agenda 2028, I know say yes, they go towards the election. It go towards the election. Then electoral justice in clear in end goal now 2028 and beyond 2028.
Mm-hmm.
So listeners where they pay attention to this, not get this very clear. Okay? That's all what the tripartite committee don't do. Don't make recommendations say how for conduct to election and ensure say it be fair. Nobody not be in doubt. People can get access, it be transparency. We want to see now inside 2028. So come on board now. Come on board. Join we. Let all prepare for make sure say 2028 it clean. Nobody no go manipulate again. No one party no go keep the electoral and ballots them. We no go able know they still left we for the the doubts about who that win, who that no win, or Ecomo get for calm or a security force get for calm for can remove somebody. I don't think say that they right for country, you know, right for the state of mind, and even they contribute for long-term instability. So here is what we want to do. We they bring to the correct information. The recommendations of the tripartite committee now we begin see them, and based on how we successfully get the 2028 election, that we know say yes, tripartite committee recommendations don't come alive, and one like come alive in the sense that rigging no go day, nobody no go die again, no loss in life. Everybody will get that freedom for vote, and your votes will be counted, and you will see the result for your votes. Not also one man they come power and just entrench himself na power. Who say electoral commission or commissioner not able to give correct result to again. No, all done the inside 2028, it not will happen. Dr. Conte and other people they don't work towards that. So now for join we and make sure say we work with the leadership now and go to 2028 and let 2028 let we vote count. So it's possible say if you work now with electoral justice, we'll go see inside 2028 elections.
Thank you very much. I like the way we tie in for sure say both now actually talking about the same issue but from a different vantage point. If me team up on top mountain and I they look now down, the view where I they get go be slightly different from somebody where team up down they look up. And I think say you just don't tie in neatly for sure say all two na matter of the same thing, just from different vantage points. But I want for let Mrs. PSF Rob more small on this particular topic. Mrs. Pierre.
Yeah. So it's not either or for me, When I listen to Dr. Samora in speech, the one part I think I write on that way grab me attention is a damage that has been done through the failure of the ESL has been done and cannot be forgotten. For me, that stood out like accepting a defeat. And that's my interpretation, to say it has been done, cannot be undone. So that speech did not highlight, say, oh, would they come, pull them people there, or Ekomok they come, and on either side they part the speech. And for me, and then he said we can grow and learn from what has been done, which is what we're doing. We're growing, we're learning, so that way 2028 come, it not go happen again. And I think that be the goal of the tripartite. That waiting not happen and not go repeat, which is a good thing. For say enough for repeat itself again. So we'll not for say, oh, and because this don't happen while we dey fight reform, electoral reform, we'll not for prepare for 2020 for the next election. No, then we are going to be defeated again. Then the same thing is going to happen. That means say we know the land from waiting don't happen. Because we can do both, which is I think Dr. Richard Conte is doing. We prepare for the future. We are learning from what has been done. We're going to implement that so that it not going to repeat itself again for the next election. And we sure, for sure, if APC puts Dr. Conte yanda, it not going to happen. Waiting to happen, so no will ever happen. We say under your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre. Indeed. Miss FD of the same mindset say now two sides of the same coin. Now we they discuss so Duya, I just want to take this minute for appeal to the social media blogger then where they continue for divide and splinter with party over this matter. Duya, una let we stop, una let we prepare. APC na mighty party. But if we not prepare, then say to fail to prepare is to prepare to fail. So if you not prepare, if you not plan, you not work toward a goal, then you just want to go inside it and think say you go succeed, especially against the one the way we get for stand against. Ebo, how we want for succeed. Do ya media blogger then una left this talk now. Time don't reach. Now the same thing we all dey fight for let APC come back into governance, for let we party be the one way they bring progress to the country, like how every time then they do when then they in power. And I also want for appeal to them selfish politician there. We know they agree for talk to we people them. Do ya una begin talk to, or at the very least una set mot, but una left for the propagate and the sell and the share things that we una no say no to. We know the help we party go before. We know the help we party for Unify. We know the help we party for Timap Trangawan. Right now, waiting APC need. We need one word. The kind one word where Dr. Conte able for bring for we. We need for let we support each other. Let we remember, say, we're not doing our opposing team. We all doing at the same side of the boxing ring. We all doing at the same side. We're not there at opposing. We're not there at opposing teams. Do ya? We all there at the same team. Let we bind up we wounds. Let we team up Trangawan. And let we put we support behind person like Dr. Richard Conte, where we know say they move things forward for unify the party, unify the country. When the last elections been they go on, now one green person inside the APC been get mind for go campaign. Now we step mama den yard. And I na Dr. Richard Conte. Why? Because in idea na that salon na salon. Salon not to by tribe, not to by region. Salon na salon. And me, I been go with Amo. We sleep inside with mama, with step mama yard. We sleep there bing. That for sure na say this man gets the ability and the capability for unify the country. Well, me fumble them. We talk sweet on another know how time they go. We don't they reach near the time where we for done. I want for just give we panelists there one last word for bring to we. I want for let una take a minute or two and left una parting thoughts when I want for make we viewer then go with after this first show. Mrs. Pierre, I will give you the opportunity for go first.
Yeah. Family una take it today for we una give we una time them and for we una give we una data them and the way they far for listen to we. But I want for appeal to APC, the mighty APC. Then we come together. Some of we when are Christian them, when you go to the Bible, it say two people that not go work together pass they agree. We not go able for defeat this nonsense where they go on now unless we come together as one mighty APC. We not go able for help with people then they strain, people then they suffer. We young people then they into drugs, their life then be wasted. Some man don't done school, you know get job. I the end, it go thief for support in picking there or in family. We young girls then into prostitution because they want for meet up the status quo. Do ya? Let we put we individual different system, leaders them. We want for appeal to una. Una talk to una base them. Let we able for come together as one. And let we prepare and no say Dr. Richard Conte na the man for lead the APC. God bless una all.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre. Mr. Hallowell, like you the same opportunity.
Yeah. Mrs. Kaikai don't talk on. When you fail to prepare, is to prepare to fail. So 2028, we want for make sure so gonna the clear and truthful information. See, yes, electoral justice, in fact, they on now because the recommendations in the out and the reports, the recommendations of the reports and they could be implemented for catch up with 2028. So you could finally you join me on board, understand the issues, know the truth, see the direction of the unifier and Dr. Conte, within Dr. Conte they work on, and make sure say when we get to 2028, we go hit the right point, we go hit the right button for change, and make sure say Sierra Leone go better. Do you allow take note of that day? Let we know the wait for get information from defense or get the correct information so that by 2028 we go then at the right gear and make sure say things happen. So don't forget Dr. Conte, don't forget the unifier. We tell you thank you and we appreciate your time when I don't spend for listening to me. The news will come to you more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Thank you very much, the Me Too panelists. Them. I also just want remind we APC membership say one of the things that we may be really glad for see in we new constitution. Now that today they say the pardon and then they give you the name of the person where would they choose for flag bearer. But one of the things that we've been come in with new constitution, now that you as an individual, you as a voter, now then don't put the power in your hand. So do you allow we not they talk say, oh, we wait for lady pardon tell we would have for vote for? Because let them not take power then put on your hand. You say no, this power no want her. I go prefer for be servant than make decision. I go prefer for let them tell me what I have for do than me decide. They don't give you the power, the rights for vote, for choose your own flag bearer. And they appeal to we all. Let we choose correctly this time. Let we not see the kind of nonsense we'll see last time. Like Mrs. Pierce say, under Dr. Conte in leadership of this party, half of what we see last time not get for be. Because of in wealth of experience, because of incapabilities, inabilities, in fearlessness, the fact that he able to cut across lines, and the fact that he pay attention and they think strategically. Before you remember something, you don't anticipate, you don't go ahead, you don't already block you before you remember for strike. So dear, una law choose correctly this time. And with that, I want to say thank you to everybody we tune in. Thank you for una time. Thank you for we una come back, even though it will be all lost by una small. With a guarantee una say week by week, una go the hear from we at the Unifier Hour. Thank you everyone and have a great week.